Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck. Now I know I say this every time, but today I am really excited to bring you this new review. Thanks to my good friend PK and the fine folks at InsidePulse.com, in conjunction with the Playmates Toy Company and the fine folks there, I am able to bring to you a early-ish look at the new toys from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, the Michael Bay production. Starting us off will be the Foot Soldier, who, right off the bat, I think is the best figure of this wave line thus far. Now, I wanted to just show you the packaging. I know other reviewers, such as Optibotimus, have already reviewed some of the turtles, and they pointed out how the turtle in the packaging was the turtle on the bottom. This, I assume, is going to be the standard packaging for everybody else. So you'll have Leonardo at the bottom, Raphael above him, Michelangelo, then Donatello. Um, these are about 5-inch tall figures, so the packaging matches that. Um, and then on the back, you have the cross cells and a little bio and things of that nature. But let's take a look at the figure. Okay, so here is the Foot Soldier. Um, right off the bat, I think it's great because we're finally going to get an answer to a question, I think, that I've had for quite a while. And that's, are the turtles bulletproof? You figure mutated, increased in size, maybe increase the hardness of their shells. And of course, I'm bringing that up because, as you can see, the Foot Soldier is heavily armed with a handgun, M1911 possibly, some sort of suppressed rifle, and the only blade he has is here on the back. And just to show you real quick, yes, the gun does fit in the holster. It also has an included I think is a stun gun, but it looks more like the grapple gun from the Batman animated series. We'll get that. Well, I'll show you that a little bit later. Unfortunately, that can't fit in there because it's a little too wide. Now, can hold the rifle just the same way, and yes, it only really works in this hand due to the molded trigger finger, but just fits in right there. You can bend the arm, and there you go, and you have a nice assault rifle, just like so. Um, From what I've seen from other reviews, yes, this figure actually does have more articulation than the turtles. We're going to get to that in a little bit. Um, right now, though, I do want to actually come in and show you the head because there's something very unique about it that I think you guys will find really cool. Okay, when I first got this figure and looked at the head, I immediately thought that this was basically had the same quality as a knockoff figure. And I'll admit, I was a little disappointed. Very simple paint on the head, not a lot of detail. I mean, regardless of the mask, the eyes are painted almost just slightly off enough that it's noticeable that you can just see there's something wrong. And I'll be honest, that almost took the figure down a couple notches. But then I noticed the included mask, and that just gave this head a whole new life. There are molded details in the mask of eyebrows, nose, lips, chin that aren't there on the basic head. I mean, this really does make it a little scary. Now, something tells me this is how the foot soldiers are going to look in the film with these little masks on to try and like mask their appearance more or what have you, but it just gives me a creepy look. Makes me think of that show The Following on Fox, and the people who wear the mask of that serial killer. But yeah, um, now let's take a look at the articulation. Before we get into the articulation, I think I should just really point out the different colors. You have this great flak vest that you have this darker gray, um, like almost like a pilot's scarf around the neck that bunches up, and you can see a little bit of a turtleneck right there. So this guy does have your typical tactical um, night ops type of look to him. Um, and you do see the turtleneck sleeves going down through the sides of the vest. Um, I'm assuming this is done on purpose, but it looks like he has fingerless gloves except for the thumb. That kind of makes sense from dealing with triggers. It's a little easier to do it with barehanded. Um, Khaki pants, again, very tactical. I would say these are almost like cargo type pants. Belt around the waist, and black combat boots. That's, basically it. Black sheath, black holster, yada yada. Now, like I said, the articulation is better than the turtles, at least from what I've seen thus far, but there's two crucial points of articulation that are missing that I think would have made this figure absolutely perfect. Also, I should mention that the plastic feels very cheap. Very soft, very rubbery, like very early Marvel Universe figures. And, you know, care has to be used because I'm afraid sometimes about uh, damaging the figure. Starting off at the head, there is a swivel head. Unfortunately, no bowl jointed articulation, just swivel back and forth. Moving down, the shoulders are pin and socket joints, which can go out that far and rotate a full 360. There is a single joint at the elbow, 90-degree bend, no bicep or elbow swivel, and that kills it because there is wrist articulation. And had they thrown in the bicep or elbow swivel, you would have been able to get um, two-handed grips out of his when using the assault rifle. There is, though, waist articulation, which I think is fantastic. And then coming down to the hips, you have this universal T-type joint where it can swing forward and back and then rotate out to the side like so. Unfortunately, there's no calf swivel to rotate the leg to make it look normalish, and because of that, you can't flex it out to the side. I mean, this is the best you can get in terms of some sort of ninja karate kick. Um, but it is pretty good for what it is. Single jointed knee, a little bit less than 90 degrees, and then you do have forward and back ankle pivot. Now you can rotate the joint because you can rotate the joint here. That does help with some crouching leg poses. But again, I mean, I would have liked to have seen a dedicated calf swivel and maybe some ankle pivot. I mean, the calf swivel would negate the ankle articulation, but the fact that we have wrist and waist articulation is fantastic. Now I'll just pause and I'll give you my final thoughts. I did put the stun gun in the figure's hand. Like I said, the trigger finger is basically designed to hold all the weapons except for the knife. I don't know what the case assortment's going to be. I don't know the pack out ratio or anything like this. I know for most of you, the turtles are going to be top on your list. If the first four figures you buy are the turtles, then the fifth one has to be the foot soldier. I really think a lot of people are going to jump on him. Yes, it's not as articulated as, say, a G.I. Joe or a Marvel Legends, but it's absolutely fantastic. I hope to see more of these. I hope to see them maybe in a different design, maybe more articulation, but definitely this needs to be part of your Turtles movie collection line. It's absolutely fantastic. Once again, I want to thank my friend PK from Inside Pulse, the people at Playmates Toys for sending them to me, and this is your old pal Chuck, or the Foot Soldier. We will see you next time.